I want you to think about calling 911 from your house today and just hang the phone up. Who's going to be the first one there? It's going to be a fire truck. If my engine's out, you're going to get the next closest engine. If that engine's out, you'll get the next closest. We are always available.
24/7, 365. We're always open.
Yeah.
This is the hub. This is truly where it all begins, because when that person picks up the phone and they need help, this is who answers. And they ask the very basic question, what's your emergency? And once it's determined that it's a fire department call, it comes over to the call takers for HFD. They go through and they ask prompting questions, and that determines the response.
Well, we've got approximately 800 pieces of equipment, and that's rolling stock. We're also responsible for the chainsaws, partner K12 saws. So we have a small engine department. We've got the heavy duty, the ambulance, the light duty, the body shop, non-emergency apparatus, which would be arson and fire prevention.
Every morning, I launch 4 trucks at 6 o'clock in the morning, all right? And what we do is we go to every fire station twice a week. So we cover 650 square miles within a week's time.
Typically about 6 o'clock, people start arriving at their fire station. And depending on where their riding position is that day, they'll go through and account for everything that is supposed to be assigned to that apparatus, as well as making sure it's ready. Batteries charged, your air packs, ready for use.
So when you get here, you get a brief summary of what the maintenance and repairs that needs to be on the ladder truck from the prior shift. Then you come in and you check your equipment off and everything.
It's done every day the same way, and just gives you confidence in your equipment to know that it's ready.
We maintain the communications for the whole fire department, all the apparatuses and all the stations. The mobile radios, the mobile data computers, so that they get the run information, address. We have about 90 fire stations that we maintain the alert system in the stations.
We get a lot of, I guess you could say, requests from our stations on a daily basis, okay? Because when our drivers are coming back, they're bringing back equipment that had been used at a fire that perhaps had gotten burned. Well, we have to replace all of that stuff.
Information comes to the station, like I said, the lights kick on, at night. So the lights, definitely if they're sleeping, it wakes everybody up. The audio comes out real loud.
When I hear the fire tone, you just wake up from a dead sleep, and you're from, dreaming to full out 100% go and adrenaline rush just like that.
It's time to go to work and do what you have trained to do.
This is a lot of responsibility. I got, not only me, but I'm ultimately, I'm the highest ranking guy in that fire, actively fighting the fire, So I got a lot of guys that I'm responsible for. I don't take it lightly.
You can't prepare for everyone. Every house is different. Every building is different. Emergency calls all got a little bit different personalities, but you get close and you tabletop a lot of stuff in the station and really go over things that you've done in the past. You share with your firefighters.
Our mission in this warehouse is to take care of our firefighters and paramedics, to have everything that they need to get their job done.
Well, you're trying to get to the scene as safely as you can, and my job is driving, so I gotta figure out which way the quickest route I'm gonna take to get to the scene without getting anybody hurt.
We got one! On fire runs, everybody wants to be first in pumper to put the fire out.
So you got to know, where it is. You're going to be first in. The possibilities of beating somebody in. You just got to be ready, knowing how far you are,
just getting dressed as quickly as possible, and just thinking up different type of scenarios in order to be prepared for it.
Go into a structure fire, you try to paint that picture of where you're going. I mean, it goes from getting from your seat to the apparatus. You should have a plan already starting to be created, and share that plan with your firefighters so that everyone's on the same page. And you only have a few minutes to do it, and then it's game time. You got to go right in and perform. And react to things that you may have trained similar to, but they're all just a little bit different.
You know, with the ladder, you're more of a search. You know, vent the structure, get the smoke out so the guys inside can see, so they're a little safer.
You know, the engine holds 500 gallons of water, and once that runs out, you know, I have to have another source coming in to supply the guys that are inside.
A lot of times it's back to old school, believe it or not. You know, it's still fire and water, and you know, how you handle those incidents is a lot of times is based on what you learned when you first started this job.
As a new recruit, you would be issued 4 pairs of pants, 4 shirts, 1 belt, a set of rain gear, and a winter coat. After a short period, a member receives his full set of personal protective equipment, which would be his helmet, his bunker coat, his boots, his gloves, his bunker pants, and his fire hood. The bunker gear is exposed to some serious conditions, and it can, in some cases, take extreme wear.
I've been with the Houston Fire Department 28 years. I've seen quite a few incidents ranging from mosquito bites to plane crashes.
Ambulance 26 probably ranges anywhere from as little as 5 runs on a good day to probably 18, 20 runs on a bad day.
All EMS calls in the city of Houston are responded to by the Houston Fire Department.
You never know, it could be an apartment, it could be a 18-wheeler on the freeway.
Anything from cardiac arrest kind of type calls to just basic Band-Aid, I have a headache type calls. So,
Out of water runs.
We have some high-rise, we have 6,000 telephone, we have a nursing, you know, assisted living facility at 7 stories and full of people, you know, that you always think something could happen there.
It could be a homicide, it could be a drowning, it could be anything.
Every call that the Houston Fire Department responds to comes through this office. Upwards of 800-900 a day. So it was a relatively slow day today. There was a couple of fires, nothing huge. Hate to use the word routine, but it was a pretty routine day. Some days, like last week when we had the torrential downpours, we didn't stop.
Not good. Now, when we started out about 11 o'clock that morning, we literally stayed on the road for 5 hours. I mean, just hopping around the city during that whole storm event. But there wasn't anything just in what we call all that impressive as to firefighters. It's just everything that everything that we do every day is not all that eventful. A few high water rescues. What else? You have to refresh my memory. Oh, we had a light pole. Yeah, we had a light pole caught on fire. Probably struck by lightning, more likely.
Back behind the pumper.
Pretty good light show. Typically, when you have these kind of events, it really stresses the city out, and you got a lot of downtime waiting for emergency response people to get there because they're being stressed out.
I mean, it was constant runs. The resources were tapped until we almost ran out.
We have put out an email. If you've gone through high water, call in the shop. We schedule you in. Get them in here as quickly as possible. We do have like a rule not to go above, go into water that's above the center line of the wheel. But when somebody's life's at risk, the equipment gets kicked to the side. We're going to take care of people first. Just get her done. Whatever needs to be done, we'll find a way to get it done. If we don't have the part, we'll find it. If we can't find the part, we'll make it.
That's what we do. That's the feel good of the business. To know that they've got everything they need. They're okay out there. Everything works.
We have to keep the guys supplied with the items that they need to protect lives, to protect the community.
That's what we're looking for. That's what we want. It went well. Everything worked.
You know that from beginning of your shift to the end of your shift, what you're doing is finding people sometimes in the worst situation they've ever been faced with, and you're making it better.
We know what we're supposed to do when we get the call, and we're going to do it. And we're the guys you want coming, I'm going to tell you right now. No doubt in my mind, we're good at it.
I guess you could say these guys do great. We're here for them. And we work among heroes. We really do. So this job that I have, I wouldn't trade for anything, because we know we're doing something very important. And it's because how we feel about these guys out here.